That's actually a pretty good emote. No, it's not. It's very expensive though. Or actually, it might have been one of the ones which is unpurchasable. I don't remember. I don't think it was though. I think it was like 100,000 points. I can't see how many points I have in the game. Like as in whilst I'm playing, and then to see your amount of points in the game, you could have that too, but what would be the point really? It wouldn't be much of a point in that. Since points aren't really indicative of anything other than, currency. It's not like it's a high score or anything. Cause, like you should shoot the murderer as quickly as possible, but you get points for surviving for a long amount of time, which means theoretically, I can't name drop him in the chat because I'm muted. So theoretically, or hypothetically, or whatever, you could intentionally draw out the game and then shoot him to get more points by drawing it out, because time is money. Well, time is money means a different thing there, but you know what I mean. I was kind of joking by saying that, waiting means money. That's not usually how it is. It would rather be that, well, it depends on for what you're waiting. Definitely, if you're waiting in a line, and then maybe you can pay someone to get to the front of the line, then yeah, time is money there, because you're saving money by waiting instead of paying. But yeah, so that's it. So, or are they called coins or points or whatever? It's called points, right? Points are not like high score. It's just a currency. And I really forgot about that first tangent I was gonna go on. I still can't remember. Well, maybe I should go on the original thought that I was gonna talk about. Well, it's not anything important. It's just that I thought maybe I should tell you about some ideas I've had for Ace Attorney case. Pretty much, the ideal case, like, well, I know what the murderer looks like. Why am I not hunting him? It's Alex. It's Timotheus Zage. I should be hunting him. Where is... Oh. Fine. Oh god, I can't even type GG. That makes no sense. Shouldn't they have some, like... Shouldn't they permit GG as, like, a standard message, like, which anyone can do, even if you're muted? That should be how it is. But, well... They're too lazy. They don't care. I don't know. They probably have a bunch of other stuff to work on, the programmers of the server. Why would you let inmates type GG? Rather punished people, convicted people like me. I'm a convict. Convict. I've never really thought about that word. That literally means like one which has been convicted for a crime. You can use that, right? Convict. That's a good word. Convict. Convict. That guy was probably the murderer. I sure hope not. Ah! He was, wasn't he? He was the murderer, I told you. Truly Crimpier. Why do I keep doing these parkours? I've already like done these once, but I keep doing them, I guess because they're fun. Look, I got to the top. the problem is that you don't often have enough time to get through the parkour. But that time I had enough time. I think you should just avoid this area entirely, because I've gotten stuck in there multiple times. Only a snowball can help you get out of it, seemingly. Like if someone hits you with a snowball, then you get unstuck. So my ideal case that I'd be like going for would be, I guess like the Magnify trial of Turnabout Succession. Or I guess the first Turnabout could also qualify. The first Turnabout is pretty solid, right? I mean, it has like no logical flaws, right? I need to analyze the first Turnabout in detail. Like, I need to analyze it because it's a short case, so it'll be short, and it's simple. So I should analyze it and see, you know, how they do the contradiction design and everything. That's a pretty good case to go off of. And then we have the Magnify trial too. I really like the Magnify trial. I don't think it has any logical flaws, right? Except it can't. Well, no. I mean, from what I remember, it's kind of weird that you would think that it was a suit. It turns out that it was a suicide. But if you're gonna suicide, you don't shoot yourself in the forehead. You shoot yourself in the temple. So that's quite strange. So I guess Magnify. No, that makes like no sense. Why would Magnify shoot himself in the forehead? Either he must be really stupid, or he was intentionally trying to frame someone. like doesn't he understand that shooting himself in the temple in the forehead kind of casts suspicion on his disciples? Kind of a bit more, because it's strange that suicide would be in the forehead. Like, but that's excusable, I guess. There might have been some other issue too about it. I don't remember. No, like nothing like necessarily problematic. Like, for example, you know, someone pointed out, well, maybe why wouldn't the hospital staff have heard the gunshot and come and checked on it? Well, another person in response to that said, well, you'd be surprised at, you know, how people don't really react to gunshots in real life. How it might sound like something else, or how they might not really react to it. Now the bullshit explanation I'd come up with if I were the one writing the case is that it was a crazy hospital where they had no staff. Even though that makes barely any sense. Like, maybe it was like a super small hospital which only had like 3 people working there, and they were all out because they didn't want to. They was out smoking a cigarette. No, they was out. They was out doing some other stuff because they don't want to do the job. So yeah, I should analyze the Magnify trial too, so that I fully understand it. Because here's the problem: I really want to understand all the Ace Attorney cases fully. The problem is that I think I might be too unintelligent too, because I never understand them. Like, I never get the whole picture. Maybe that's normal, but I want to be able to get the whole picture. I don't want to just do it piece by piece, because when you do it piece by piece, there's a very real possibility that the case's logic only works piece by piece, and that when you actually go in retrospect, it actually doesn't make any sense whatsoever. Now, Ace Attorney cases are pretty good at making it actually make sense in retrospect. Though not always. Not always.